You shall be shamed in the DC booth, but we will still continue this. Okay. Wow.
Hey, what's up you guys? ShartimusPrime here, doing another McFarlane Toys action figure review on the Mortal Kombat Spawn. If you're trying to get your McFarlane Toys figures, you can do so at
Big. Get your big badass toys at BigBadToyStore.com. Click the link in the description below.
And a big thanks to McFarlane Toys for making this review possible. If you want to see the latest from McFarlane Toys, check the link in the description below. And if you haven't seen my interview with Todd McFarlane at this year's Toy Fair, make sure you check the card right over there somewhere. Anyway, nice looking packaging. We have this beautiful green background. I like how you get this wraparound image of Spawn right over there, looking very cool. You can see a product shot on the side, and then on the back you get another product shot right over there, looking incredible. It says 22 points of moving parts, and then on this side it says Mortal Kombat, and then you get a window sliver on the top, not much more at the bottom. So let's get to it and crack this thing open. And here's Spawn out of the packaging, and wow, I'm pretty stoked about this figure, man. Very fun figure already, I gotta say. I love I'm able to get him into a lunging pose like this. I think this is very cool. The sculpt and detail and the paint apps throughout on this thing just look absolutely fantastic. We don't get too many accessories. That could be the biggest complaint about this figure. But anyway, let's get a closer look at those, and then we'll take a closer look at Spawn. So again, we only get two accessories with this figure. We get Spawn's sword, and we get this Mortal Kombat display base right over here where you can place the figure, and yeah, you get a peg that'll plug in right into the bottom of the foot right there. Looks pretty good, but I like this sword. I just wish that we got more accessories. Interchangeable hands or like a big old gun or something would have been pretty sweet, but I do love the detail that we're seeing on this. I mean, man, that looks gorgeous. That paint wash over the wrap right there looks really good. I like the sculpt of it. Get this nice detail right here coming through the middle. See that battle-worn texturing towards the edge of the blade. I really dig that. Very nice colors right here. I really like this a lot. And I like how the green looks nice and clean and bright right there for the Spawn logo. Very cool, and he holds it very well. And one accessory I wish he had too was some kind of necroplasm energy effect. That would have been pretty sweet to have. You can see he kind of has a trigger finger sticking forward if you want him to hold a gun. One thing I had used was, a Marvel Legend kind of, mystical effect right here. That kind of works. I kind of would like to have like a green flame thing going on for this, and I don't have one. Wait, this Green Ranger effect might work right here. Nah, it's like a green lightning. I kind of want to see like a green flame kind of thing. So I tried to find footage of Spawn in a Mortal Kombat 11 teaser trailer or anything like that, and I haven't seen any footage of the character actually playing in the game, but Todd McFarlane did tell me that Keith David will be voicing Spawn in the video game, and I'm really stoked about that. I loved the cartoon way back in the day. I used to watch it on HBO, and I really love this head sculpt. I think for the game, they really did bring down the collar and the cape a little bit. We're not getting as large of a collar and cape that I'm used to seeing on Spawn, but that's alright. And this head sculpt right here just blows my mind. I just absolutely love this. The bright green right there for the eyes, and then you're getting some great detail right here around the eyes with the black fading into the white portions. The sculpt looks great. All this attention to detail, all this line sculpted through and through. It just looks incredible, man. Jeez, I'm absolutely loving it. I don't like that little dot right there. A little unfortunate, but hey, man, it still looks great. Man, and then you get some nice texturing right over here. Very soft material for the collar. You have to scrape this off with an X-Acto knife or something. That little dot does bother me a little bit. Anyway, I love how you can see black mixed in there. That looks really good. Again, the cape is a little on the smaller side, compared to other Spawn figures and, other Spawn designs, but it still looks really good. I really like this a lot. Nice soft material right here. It has all the layers in there and everything. Really dig that. Here's the inside of the cape. The paint's still going through and through. I like how we have lighter reds and darker reds throughout. Here's the inside of the back of the figure right there. And then right here, looking at the front, you can see that the skulls look really good right here. Really dig that quite a bit. Nice color variation in there. And then on the sculpt of the body and everything, you get the nice line work and stuff. And I love seeing the wash over the white. Like how it looks all dirty and everything. Man, a really great color right here. I like how it's black and kind of gray at the same time. Just add some depth to it. Really dig that. It's a base color of gray, but then there's a lot of black in the actual lines right there. So you're not just getting one solid color throughout the figure. You can see it really well on that arm. But yeah, looking at the forearm right here, that looks really good too. Very pleased with that. And the details throughout the whole figure are just very well done. You know, you can talk about every tiny little thing right over here. Looks dope. So yeah, I did see Talker Art's video. He complained about the pins. I'm down with pinless joints. I like that. You know, it doesn't really bother me or anything, but I'm down with pinless joints. So that would be cool to see, but you know, it doesn't bother me at all. I gotta say it doesn't. But looking right over here, again, I love how the paint looks right here with the silver and everything. Nice wear. Then looking at the legs, nice touches of gold right over here. And then you have the club foot right there looking really nice. Really love the line work right here and all the sculpt, and you do get peg holes at the bottom of the feet. Oh man, I just really love how this figure came out. Looks awesome. So while I have some gripes with the articulation, I gotta say I am mostly very happy with the articulation on this figure. It doesn't look up very far, but you can still get the head to look up that much. It will look downward that much. You get side to side motion and some good head pivoting. We get these beautiful butterfly joints that move in and out and shift up and down. You get the shoulder joint that moves outward that much, and it will move down this much. You can rotate a full 360 right there, as you can see. You get a bicep swivel, and you get double jointed elbows that bend in that far on this side. On this side, it seems, yeah, about the same amount, a little bit more so, yeah, over here. And then you do get wrists that turn side to side and hinge up and down, or any direction you want, depending on how you have it configured. And then you also get a diaphragm joint that turns side to side. You get diaphragm pivot, just that much. It'll move forward this much and back that much. You do get some good waist articulation. It will turn side to side at the waist. You get good waist pivot, and it'll crunch forward at the waist. So with both joints right there, he'll crunch forward that much, and with both waist and hip joints, or waist joints and diaphragm joints, he'll bend back that far. You'd get hip joints that move outward very far, so he's pretty much doing the splits. He'll kick forward very far. I like how the whole crotch area is made out of a soft material, so look at that. That's very cool. You want to get Spawn in some of the crazy dynamic poses, man. That's hella sick. Anyway, sorry, geeking out. Moves back that far. I really wish there was a proper upper thigh swivel over here. That's like the one thing that's really missing on the figure for me, is I just wish we had a really good thigh swivel. It's just barely moving right there. I do get double jointed knees. This could get a little clunky, but it doesn't really bother me that much. And then this left, the clubfoot ankle is, you get the ankle pivot in there, but then this gets in the way. You can move the ankle down. We'll move up. You do get the toe articulation, but on this side, of course, you get much more movement where it'll turn side to side, down and up, ankle pivot. Now to measure out this Spawn figure, you can see that it is standing just under the 7.5 inch mark. And for a size comparison, which I think is the most anticipated size comparison, we have our superposable articulated Spawn figure from way back, which I'd actually picked up several years ago from Comic Figure Addicts. Thank you, Juan, from Comic and Figure Addicts. And then we have our newly released Spawn. This is actually the only other Spawn figure I have in my collection. Not a big fan of the statue or non-posable or barely posable ones with only, a couple points of articulation. This is the one that I had wanted. So yeah, thanks again, Comic and Figure Addicts. But man, I'm really happy to have this new one too. I can't decide which one I like more. I really love them both. And then here's Spawn next to a couple other McFarlane Toys Mortal Kombat figures. We have Johnny Cage and Raiden. And I do need to pick up the original Scorpion and Sub-Zero from McFarlane Toys. I've only seen the variants out there at my GameStops, so hopefully I find those at the next local San Jose Toy Show. I will be there March 7th and 8th, so yeah, I'll see you guys there. And then here's the Spawn figure next to the Marvel Legends Prowler, and I always thought that this was an inspiration right over here, right? I mean, you could see clearly, with the eye design, pieces and all that. Now, if you go back and look at Todd McFarlane's drawings of Prowler, you'll see even more similarities between these two characters. But yeah, coincidentally though, both African American. And then here's the new Spawn figure next to your average 6-inch scale figure. We have the Marvel Legends Big Time Badass Spider-Man. Whoa, you're like the least threatening Spawn ever. You got a tiny cape, and you got no chains going around all over the place, and no guns. You're no threat. Oh, you're badass! Okay, you're badass! You're badass! So I gotta say, I do have minor gripes with the figure. I wish he had more accessories, like a big old gun would have been really cool to have, and I do like the design where the collar and the cape is just a lot larger and extravagant, and having a bendy wire chain would be incredible to have, but, hopefully we get like an ultimate Spawn figure where we get all those goodies. That would be really cool to have, but for right now, I am super happy with this. I really like it a lot, man. It's It's a fun figure to have. Great posability, great design. It looks fantastic. I like how it has that movie Spawn influence in there and everything. Great piece. I highly recommend it. Totally hit the geek spot. And at the price point of $19.99, dude, I'm giving this a sub rating of I love it. Really, this is my favorite new McFarlane Toys figure right now. I absolutely love it. So yeah, I highly recommend it. And I hope you guys liked this review. If you did, please hit that like button, leave a comment down below, and hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell. And a big thank you to all these people over here that support what I do over here and helping keep this channel alive. If you're interested in the exclusive giveaways and the exclusive content, it's all over at Patreon. If you want to see the latest in action figure news, you can find it at toynewseye.com, and don't forget to follow me on the Instagram, Twitter, and Twitch, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace!
Posing action figures, I'm posing action figures, I'm posing action figures every day. I'm posing action figures, I'm posing action figures, I'm posing action figures, it's okay.
That's crispy.
Hey, new ShartimusPrime videos. Hey, you should click one. Yeah, click on one of them. Or subscribe if you haven't.
Your face, a simple shot, your face, a simple shot,